Greetings all, this is Ezra here, A.K.A. the voice of reason. And today I want to speak to you about 3 ways to get the best out of your employees. One thing that separates leaders from managers is their mindset and their approach when it comes to dealing with their employees. They understand that leadership is not about dominion, but in actual fact, it is performed through service. They also recognize that employees are the organization's greatest assets and therefore ensure that their needs are addressed whenever they arise. So, here are 3 tips for leaders who want to get the best out of their employees. And number 1 is trust. It is vitally important that employees feel there is an element of trust from their leaders, that they have confidence and faith in their ability to complete tasks that have been assigned to them. Trust is a fundamental principle that all relationships are founded upon, whether it be parent to child, husband and wife, brother and sister, friend to friend, and in this case, with leader and employee. Without trust, there can be no connection, no unity, no fluidness, and no real commitment from your employees. Trust is the glue that binds people together with self-determination and motivates them to achieve the vision of their leader as if it was their own. Leaders know that staff will do their best work when managers are not breathing over them, and they feel empowered when they are given the space and autonomy to do what they were paid to do. Remember, only happy employees will give you 100%. So ensure that you say, and even more importantly, that you show your employees that you trust and value them. Tip number 2 is to invest. There is something powerful and inspiring about leaders that invest in their employees. It shows them that you truly care and that you are thinking about a win-win outcome. There is nothing more demotivating than to be given a task or a project to manage without the right training and support, and then being held accountable for not achieving the goals that will be beyond your reach. Leaders deal with their employees in the same manner that a mechanic would care for their own car. When it's running low on petrol, they don't wait for it to be completely empty to fill it back up. Leaders know and can identify the signs that an employee is running low and needs some encouragement or support, which is their petrol. Mechanics ensure that their vehicle is regularly maintained to ensure that it continues to deliver a high performance. Leaders also follow this principle and have supervision as one of their highest priorities, as it provides an opportunity to coach, support, give advice, and address any issues that could prevent employees from achieving their objectives. The development model, which is also referred to as the 70-20-10 model, tells us that there are 3 types of learning: formal, social, and on-the-job learning. Leaders ensure that they invest in all 3 of these methods so employees are competent and confident in their ability to do their job. And it works like this: 10% of learning that an employee would experience is formal learning. This comes from education, courses, qualifications, and conferences. 20% is social learning, which comes from coaching, mentoring, shadowing, and observing and having visits to other services. But 70% of the learning is on the job. Trial and error, experience, practice, taking on responsibilities, seeking out new opportunities. And so this is why it's vital for leaders to give space and opportunity for staff to learn and to grow and to go from strength to strength. The third and the final tip is influence. The greatest influence a leader can have on employees is by showing them first that you truly care for their well-being and that you have their back. Staff will give you all their support when they know that you have their back and you aren't afraid to get involved and put your weight in when things are getting tough. That you are a doer and not just a talker. Remember, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. I'll repeat that again. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Leaders know that if you want people to take on your vision as their own vision, you have to be willing to address their concerns that get in the way of that vision as if it was your own concerns. Another way that leaders can positively influence others is by being forthcoming in affirming staff strengths and attributes. They are proactive and passionate about highlighting the employee's value and worth in a genuine way. I'm sure we all can remember a time when we felt unappreciated by a manager in the workplace who earnestly highlighted your flaws but neglected to compliment things that you did well with the same level of urgency and energy. After a period of time, it became harder and harder to stay positive, motivated, and giving because it seemed like nothing was never good enough. The individual always wanted more and never showed that they valued the effort and commitment that you had given. Now think about a time in the past when someone out of the blue just gave you some really positive feedback about yourself. How did it feel? Did it energize you? What was your mindset like afterwards? Did it encourage you to do more? Was you motivated? Most likely, in some positive way, it influenced you. Leaders are agents for change, and a top priority is changing staff into leaders. This can only be achieved when you lead by example in your words that you use and the actions that you take, especially in key moments that present themselves. The question for every leader and what they should ask themselves is, would the organization be a better place if everyone worked and followed my example? Take time out to ponder and really reflect on your answer. So there you have it. You have 3 ways that you as a leader can get the most out of your employees. When 1, you trust them, 2, you invest in them, and 3, you positively impact and influence their lives. This is Ezra, A.K.A. the Voice of Reason, over and out.